Well, thank you, Kate. It's a pleasure to address the Zri Nation once again on these fabulous products. And we've done previous webinars on Zri, on Malaki, on Excel, on Achieve, and I'm very, very excited today to be talking about Purify. And as we know from our past webinars, where we really focus in the Scientific Advisory Board is on supporting Zri in bringing to you all products that are very, very pure, very, very natural, and are for your best health. And so today what we're going to be talking about is detoxification. Now, detoxification conjures up a lot of different images. Sometimes it conjures up images of Salvation Army drug and rehab programs, but what we really want to be talking about today is the removal of toxins from the body. Now, I don't necessarily like to use double negatives, remove and toxin. So if we put this in a positive context, it's really about cleansing and purifying, cleansing and purifying. So in that context, detoxification or a purification process is an ancient and extremely powerful tool for whole body health maintenance. And this has actually been part of many cultures' regular health routines for thousands of years, done seasonally, often with cultural or spiritual or religious rituals. And a lot of these rituals have fallen out of practice in our modern culture, but this is what we were talking about in terms of purification. So these practices have been designed to realign the body, mind, and emotions in order to achieve a pure, natural, and radiant state of health. So out of this, we have brought to you all the Purify Premier 7-Day Cleanse. Now, this is based on the 5,000-year-old tradition of Ayurveda, and because Ayurveda described the first comprehensive guidelines for detoxifying the tissues in a very, very sequential way that was very, very highly effective, gentle, provocative, complete, and in that process not only purifies the tissues but creates an open playing field, if you will, for the emotional health, the mental health, and the spiritual health of the individual. So in this day and age, we encounter toxins from the foods we eat, from the water we drink, from the air we breathe, from the products that we put on our skin and our hair. And the numbers are really, really quite astounding on this, on how many toxins are coming into our body. Some of the common chemical contaminants that we encounter every day through food, water, air, and these things that come into our skin are herbicides and pesticides, partially hydrogenated oils, or as I like to call them, partially rancid oils, heavy metals such as mercury or lead or cadmium. High fructose corn syrup is actually a toxin when it's in high amounts, and other food additives, preservatives, coloring agents, things such as that. Water contamination from industry and farming, and certainly our municipal water purification systems have done a great job in removing microbes in most cases, and they do tend to monitor industrial and agricultural waste products in that, but oftentimes these in very, very small amounts are very, very potent and do cause trouble. Air pollution from cars and burning of fuels, and even toxins inside the home from the outgassing of carpets or the outgassing of particle board in furniture, things like that. Even some of the products that are used as fire retardants in baby cribs and baby blankets actually can have a toxic effect on the body as well. So when we are slowly bioabsorbing these toxins, they create a number of symptoms that we normally don't associate with increasing toxicity. They can cause a sludging, if you will, of the tissues and the biochemicals that circulate in the body. They can congest the intestines and cause constipation or intermittent loose stools. They create impurities in the blood, and these can show up as headaches, as fevers, as changes in the complexion of the skin, and they can also, because of the load on the body's metabolism, lead to midsection spread, unwanted weight gain. And as we have studied these as medical doctors, this phenomenon as medical doctors and biochemical scientists for a number of generations now, we see that these are a pathway to premature aging. So the overweight, the fatigue, the headaches, the food cravings, increased allergies, frequent breakdown in our immune system leading to common colds and flu-like symptoms, chronic digestive problems, these things are all just signs of the body's increasing burden of toxic products being stored in it and being incompletely eliminated. Oftentimes we can actually see some simple indications of this in the mirror. We see the skin changing its elasticity or having little blemishes or pimples. If we look at our tongue in the mirror, we can see that the normal healthy coat of the tongue, which should be like watery milk, if you will, a very, very clear but slightly tinged secretion from the tongue, can often get very, very thick and heavy and go from being a thick white to a thick yellow to a drier brown, and in some cases even darker than that. And this burden on the body's physiology will also burden the emotions and lead to more erratic mood swings and imbalancing emotions. It can dull our thinking and our mentation, and it actually impairs us in our ability to be who we are put on this earth to be and interfere with our life purpose expression. So this is a very interesting graph showing in the red line the increase in synthetic chemical production in the U.S. environment between the years of about 1950 and 2000. So you can see it's really taken off like a rocket. And those blue stars next to it show the percentage of increased number of obese adults. So it's a very interesting parallel between the increase in obesity and the increase in synthetic chemical production. So we tend to condemn the intake of sugar, the intake of trans fatty acids in the diet, and inactivity as a cause of overweight and obesity. And yes, that is absolutely true. But the hidden cause, a hidden cause of overweight and obesity is this bioaccumulation of toxins coming in through the food, the water, the air, and through the skin. So let me ask Dr. Suhas to go in a little bit and talk about some of the, about the Purify product and some of the ingredients in it and some of the rationale for that. So go right ahead, Dr. Suhas.
Well, thank you, Dr. Tom. And as we always say that both of us are clinicians and we talk to so many warm bodies and patients and clients on a regular basis, and we clearly identify toxicity as one of the underlying causes for many, many chronic diseases. And that was the starting point why we wanted to create a product like this and offer it to the Zri Nation, because the underlying cause of toxicity gets hidden, and there's more and more discussion going on in medicine about this. So many toxic chemicals, as you rightly pointed out, that can cause severe illness, poisoning, birth defects, diseases, or even death when ingested, inhaled, and absorbed by living organisms. About 800 pounds of toxic chemicals are released every second into our air, land, and water by industrial facilities around the world. About 22 billion pounds of toxic chemicals are released into our environment by industries each year. And out of these, about 5 billion pounds are recognized carcinogens. They classify these toxins as CMR toxins. C stands for carcinogenic, M stands for mutagenic, and R stands for reprotoxic. Carcinogenic simply means that can cause or promote cancers. Mutagenic simply means that can create genetic mutations. And reprotoxic simply means that these chemicals can damage the reproductive process, fertility, xenoestrogens, xenoantibiotics. All of these can create birth defects. So we are exposed to about 6 million pounds of CMR toxins annually everywhere around the world. And many of these are very benign. Some of them are very toxic in nature as such, whether, as you rightly pointed out, whether it's heavy metals, lead, petrochemicals, residues, fertilizers, simple food allergies, molds, additives, color, preservatives in the food itself, even the mental and emotional toxins that nobody talks about, they are related with the endocrine system misbehaving, creating feelings of isolation, loneliness, anger, jealousy, hostility. These are all emotional toxins, as we call it, and not to forget about the internal toxins like excessive growth of bacteria, fungus, yeast, creating hormonal and metabolic toxins that we need to eliminate absolutely. So as the really premise of creating this product was based upon why do we want to purify, and we wanted to come up with Purify, which is simple, unique, and very, very effective. There is nothing like this in the marketplace currently at all anywhere in the world. So we are so happy to have created Purify, the premier 7-day cleanse, because it uses a very, very gentle blend of herbs which are very powerful for detox, and it helps to extract and eliminate toxins from deep cellular level, from deep tissue level. It also unlocks a healthier you because it actually suppresses the normal functioning of the body, and it actually inhibits for you to lose weight and feel energetic. So it unlocks the healthier you by helping you lose weight and feeling absolute best. And the testimonials, what we have received from the field, actually speaks about itself. So many people who have done a Purify cleanse, they said that they are responding this much effectively. They're able to lose weight more clearly. Their mind feels so clear and bright. Their motivation is back. They have more energies. They are able to get into their clothes better. The clothes are fitting better. Everything which is related with toxicity, which affects a greater part of your life. And one of the most unique aspects of the Purify cleanse is a combination of the oil, of the fiber, as well as the capsules, which contain some very smart, intelligent herbs. So the 7-day cleanse, we created a detox oil, and this is a very unique Ayurvedic concept, which there are two kinds of toxins, which is fat-soluble toxins and water-soluble toxins. So we wanted to eliminate both of those toxicity, and that's why we wanted to use an oil which can saponify. It works like a soap, goes into the cells and tissues and loosen the gunk and loosen the impurities and start purging it out through different modes of elimination. So Purified Detox Oil provides not only oleation and lubrication, but it actually separates the tissue sludge without harming the body. And all of these are simple food grade ingredients. They are all plant-based oils like sesame oil, flax oil, hemp seed oil, borage. They are also good for brain. And especially when I talk to my colleagues about this product, they are very, very fascinated with this because it actually creates this separation very, very easily, and the body simply supports and eliminates those toxins because that's the natural mode of how the body wants to eliminate and detox toxins. So these herbs are very smart, intelligent herbs, and they connect all the important dots of the vital organs to remove the toxins from the circulatory system and from the vital organs as such. Since the impurities and the toxins are dislodged, we want to effectively release them. We don't want it to be reabsorbed. That's why the evening capsules, the PM capsules as we call, they are there to increase the bowel activity. They are very effective in purging out the digestive impurities and the accumulated toxins. So the herbs which is in the PM blend like cascara, chitrak, slippery elm, rhubarb, marshmallow, peppermint, and fennel, they are all working on the digestive tract. It cleanses and improves the digestive tract functioning. It eliminates the waste material, and more importantly, it resets the digestive mechanism, because that's the most important part. We talk about the whole connection between the enteric and central nervous system. So once your bowels are functioning good, you're clean deep down, then the nervous system is actually feeling much healthier and calmer. So as the oil is loosening the gunk, some of the impurities are being purged out through the colon. You need something to bind the impurities so that you create the volume of the stool which will contain the impurities and the toxins which are reduced. So the SAB Purify fiber, it actually is there to bind the impurities, whether it's water or the fat soluble. It absorbs the toxin, cleanses the colon more and more effectively. It's a perfect blend of soluble and insoluble fiber together. It's very good for your heart, very good for your lungs. It actually reduces the mucus, the congestion, the impurities, the heaviness which is holding you back. So the ingredients in the fiber blend is psyllium, rice bran, oat fiber, acacia, flaxseed, triphala, aloe vera, buckthorn, fenugreek. And again, this is like reading on a roll. This is so powerful and so effective that anyone who is able to do that, it is absolutely an easy, natural process for the body to detoxify and to release. And one unique point which I definitely want to highlight, and Dr. Chopra has created an excellent short video when he did a Purify Cleanse himself, and you should look it up. It's on our SAB website, and he clearly talks about that how effective this is, and that's the reason we at the Chopra Center are using this for every person who walks through the door for the Perfect Health program, is using the Purify kit as a part of the detoxification process. And the body allows itself to purge and release those impurities, and more importantly, when you do that on a seasonal basis, few times a year, then the microcirculatory channels and everything feels the energetic vibrancy. Because the purpose why we did this initially was people were trying to do the achieve, people were trying to follow the diet, but they were still not effectively losing weight. When we added a detoxification component to this, then they started losing weight more effectively. So the key benefits of Purify is efficient and lasting weight loss. I would encourage you to do this at least few times a year. You will feel increased and sustained energy, more efficient and effective digestive process. You'll be able to burn the unwanted fat more easily. So as Dr. Tom was talking about this midsection spread, it's all coming from your inability to complete the digestive process effectively. Your skin will become radiant and luminous. You will have an improved sense of clarity and well-being. You'll have an easy sense of joy and happiness and grace about life. More importantly, you'll have fewer cravings, because many of these herbs, they actually reset the mechanism of how your liver behaves, and it's usually recommended for all the body types. So we talk about this. It's good for everyone, for all the body types, and it's so effective. And who can take it? I think everybody should be taking this, because we all have these classifications that who can detox, means even healthy people who can do it as a maintenance cleansers. These are people who basically eat healthy foods, athletes, yogis, everything, but they still need this, because as the season goes through changes, the body also needs this kind of a detox. I simply talk about changing your oil lube filter every few thousand miles like you do for your car, and that's exactly why you should do Purify every 3 months. Those people who are less healthy, which are mildly toxic cleansers, who are exposing themselves to drinking too much of coffee, alcohol, sedentary lifestyle, they will actually need some kind of help to get things going, and Purify would be excellent for those. And those people who are actually having a little bit of an unhealthy lifestyle, we call it as toxic cleansers, with poor diets, no exercise, environmental pollutants, they will definitely need this a little bit more often than a few times a year. So I think everybody should do a cleanse, and that's one of the main basis of doing this cleanse. So I think adults, kids above the age of 16, especially people who are having some very specific medical condition, they would always get their approval from their healthcare practitioner or their doctors or their physicians. People who should not purify, especially women who are pregnant, who are carrying a baby, or who are breastfeeding or nursing women, should avoid doing the cleanse that time. Individuals on medication without the permission of their healthcare practitioner's approval. So anyone who wants to do this, as a word of caution, it's a very safe and effective detox, and I think it'll really help quite a few people. And I would like to ask Dr. Tom to see what benefits he has seen in his client population, in people that he have met during the ZRI events who have done Purify regularly, and what testimonials and what benefits they have experienced. Dr. Tom?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Suhas. Well, but let me just touch back on this whole thing about the pregnancy and lactation. When we are undergoing a purification, we are bringing the toxins into the bloodstream, and some of those toxins can cross into the baby in the tummy, or cross into the breast milk, and so that's why we don't recommend that this purification process be undertaken by pregnant or breastfeeding women. However, what we have seen, and we've heard this as testimonials from the field, that couples that have been having problems getting pregnant, after they've gone through a series of purifications, they all of a sudden become fertile and become pregnant. So as Dr. Suhas was saying, these chemicals that are not naturally occurring, they're unnaturally occurring, but they're everywhere in our food, water, and air we breathe, and the products that we're putting on our skin, that in many cases these disrupt hormones, they disrupt cellular metabolism, and they can impede reproductive health. So I would recommend that Purify be used before conception. And so any of you all that are considering getting married or trying to get pregnant, by all means use this product. Once you are pregnant, however, don't. So this other sorts of things that we've heard is that very commonly people having increased in energy and sustained energy as in addition to the efficient lasting weight loss, more effective and efficient digestion and elimination, more radiant and luminous complexion, and an overall improved sense of well-being and joy. An interesting report is many people will report an improvement in their vision, an improvement in their hearing, being able to taste things and smell things with greater joy, and to just improve their perceptions of their environment. Certainly fewer cravings, increased concentration, increased memory, increased cognitive processes, and as Dr. Suhas said, for all body types and all levels of wellness, unless you're pregnant or lactating. So as a doctor, we love writing prescriptions. We love writing prescriptions. We love giving prescriptions. So my prescription for you, the ZRI Nation, is that Purify is a 7-day program, and I invite you and I recommend to you that you use Purify once a week for 4 consecutive months, and then to use Purify once a week every quarter. That's my prescription for you. And after you have used Purify, you can segue into the use of the other products within the ZRI family. It would be very, very easy to begin using Amalaki. It would be easy to go to Excel. It would be easy to go to Achieve after that. Yes, you can use these products at the same time, but I think that you'll find that if you do that basic prescription, these other products will work so much better because the tissues will be cleaner. They will uptake the nutrients in these other products in a much easier way. So if you all could remember a time in your life when you went to, say, the dental hygienist and they professionally cleaned your teeth, and you walked out of there and you may have even gone home and told your spouse or told your parents or told your family members, oh, wow, you know, it feels so good to rub my tongue around my teeth now. Everything feels so wonderfully clean. Well, imagine that in your internal organs, okay? Because that's what Purify does. We are having a product that very, very deeply goes into the cells, goes into the tissues, goes into the different layers between the tissues, and very, very gently loosens and removes and extracts these things. So this product is very, very unique in the marketplace. It's not just a colon cleanser. It's not just a liver gallbladder cleanser. It's a total tissue cleanser. So it is deep, it is gentle, it is complete, and I'm very, very excited to that Zri has supported Dr. Suhas and I in bringing this to you all. So, Dr. Suhas, any last words you'd like to put on this?
Well, I think, as you rightly said, that all the pathways for detoxification that we talk about, whether it is skin, sweat, urine, stool, and breath, and Zri Purify Premier Cleanse addresses all of these 5 pathways. And we often see, and I have heard numerous testimonials where people talk about greater energy, stamina, vibrancy, clarity of mind, relaxation, generalized feeling of well-being, more importantly, effective weight loss and a sickness prevention. So your immune system gets a boost, you improve your longevity, you improve your sexual vitality, and we call this as a rejuvenating detox. So it's very good and effective to reverse the aging process. So in general, I think it's a wonderful thing. It allows you to allow yourselves to be in sync with the changing rhythms of nature. Ayurveda is all about natural medicine. It's all about syncing your individual self with the cosmic self. So this actually aligns you. I use a phrase called detox on equinox. So whether you talk about solstice and equinox, if you can do a cleanse 4 times a year, you're aligning yourself with the changes of the nature itself, and that allows you to really to sync your biorhythms with the natural rhythms itself, and that makes everything functioning of the biology more effective and more in sync. And there's a whole new science which is evolving called as chronobiology, which is talking about the rhythms of nature and the rhythms of the body together. So this is a great product, very innovative, very unique, and as we rightly said, there's nothing of this in the marketplace, and we should be talking about this, posting billboards everywhere. So I'm very, very happy and proud to offer this and talk about this. We do it regularly, and we safely offer it to all of you. Thank you.
So those of you that aren't dialed in on astronomy, every time you look at your toothbrush, imagine how clean your tissues could be on the inside as you